Good morning, Soul Tribe. It is Tuesday. Plugging away here to the New Year's Eve day tomorrow, and then Happy New Year to all. I hope it's a good start to a Happy New Year for everybody. Quick message here about guns, toxicity, addictions. We were talking about that in the last video. A 2-year-old boy shot himself in Georgia. His father left the handgun 9mm on the dresser the night before. And I think these are going to keep coming up. I notice it goes in cycles where things keep coming up and they need to be addressed. They need to be talked about, and action needs to be taken on laws, because toxicity and guns are never, ever, ever, they don't go together. I mean, the whole, hey, let's get drunk and go hunting, and all that. Alcohol and guns don't go together. Drugs and guns don't go together. I'm not saying that drugs and guns went together in this case, but if you come home late at night from an outing, and you go to bed and you leave your gun on the nightstand and you get up in the morning and it's still there and there's kids in the house, it's something's off. So talking about guns, talking about toxicity, talking about all these things coming up, they're going to keep coming up. And the whole gun thing has just been an issue throughout, I don't know how many years now, with killings in schools and kids. And stay, Lily, stay. And now toxicity and people and these sort of things happening, and these tragedies just going on and on. So the gun laws need to change. Obviously, with the killing wildlife, all the protections need to be put back in place for the wildlife. There's no wildlife that needs to be slaughtered. There's no, in the name of science, that says, I am man and I've caused so much destruction, but I have a gun and I have a right to cause more destruction. No, in the name of science is the biggest lie I've ever heard. Man, not to just say man, but any sort of toxicity whatsoever, and those in office too. Lord knows what they're doing. Drugs, alcohol, behind the scenes, heaven only knows, right? But they're toxic. The ones that are heartless, cruel, inhumane psychopaths leading this country and other parts of the world that are allowing any harming of animals and innocents, children, communities, people, any sort of heartless, cruel things are part of the old that's still trying to cause the destruction and the lies, because they lie to us because they know it's human behavior, because they've watched us for thousands of years, and they know that if they say things that you'll believe them. So that's why it's so essential now. Do the research yourself. Look things up. Just don't believe what you're told. Don't believe what someone else told you. And you don't have to believe what I'm telling you. Research it for yourself. Some of us have been around. This isn't our first go at, the being on a planet that's rising in ascension. A lot of us have done this before, and it's now coming back up to the light how we can all help and get others on board to help. Because, it's like anything. Unless it's shared, what's the joy in it? You have a bunch of money. What good is it if you're not helping humanity, wildlife, animals, communities, yourself in a healthier situation? What good is it? If we have health, we have everything. Okay, and it's not about the money, it's the heart. If you have an open heart, you have everything. If you have joy, you have everything. There's people with tons of money that are lost and they're not healthy and they're miserable. And we have the keys to help, because we want everyone on board. It's not a selfish thing. It's a selfless acts of service, sharing our gifts for the highest good of all, taking time to do things without expecting anything in return. Yes, there's equal giving and receiving required when we put our time, energy, and effort into something. It's not going to be for free. It's very valuable to put this into. Getting back to all that, the next video will be steps on healing addictions. Should probably break. Lily, get over here now. Let's go. Sorry, I got my dog right here. Come on, let's go. Come on. So we're going to get going here. Come on, let's go. Good girl. Good girl. The next video will be on taking steps to healing addictions, because upcoming with the new year, I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to know some ways and some things that are just tried and true and work. So if anyone's interested, stay updated, and we'll have more coming out soon. But I just wanted to talk about the whole issue there with the guns again, and the toxicity, and how it's going to get a lot worse on this planet. It's going to get a lot worse if people don't start waking up to heed the call. That nothing good comes from destruction, nothing good comes from drugs. And the drinking is just, we talked about that before. We just talked about a lot of things. And why do you think it's legal? You know? Why do you think it's legal? I'm all for CBDs for pain and helping people. And there's a lot of benefits to that. But one concern I have with the whole industry of the marijuana now is, now that it's all got more hands in the pot there, changing the laws on it, which just seems as a great thing to benefit everybody. What's behind the scenes on that? Sticking their hands in it for money, I'm sure, trying to make a buck out of the money on the. So just be mindful in all the choices you're making, who you're hanging out with, what you're doing, what you're putting into your body. And some of these tragedies can certainly be prevented. And it's just, our heart goes out to all those that are going through all these crises and things that are just unimaginable that happen to some people. So just pay attention to the signs, and we'll get into the next video of talking about steps to overcome addictions, and start working with the elements: the earth, the air, the fire, the water, the ethers, the breath, the stretching, the walking, the nutrition, and the sitting, and of course the meditation clearings to clear past traumas, addictions. And everything is energy. Everything can be released. Everything can be, your light can be called back to you that you've lost. If you've had a lot of traumas or addictions, things, you give away a lot of your light and your power, and it can be called back. It's all about healing the inner child within too. So we'll get into more of these steps upcoming, but I just wanted to touch base on this. And Happy New Year. If I don't talk to everybody, Happy New Year. Know you're loved, and together we got this. Okay? All right. Peace, love, and a whole lot of light. Mwah.